Hello, and welcome to Biohacking with Brittany. I am thrilled that you are listening to another episode today. We are about halfway through my big giveaway, and this is really exciting. It has been such an adventure putting this together for everybody. And if you have not entered, please do so as soon as you can. This is really important because you get to win a bunch of prizes. So it takes like 5 seconds to enter. I literally made it as simple as possible this time. It's linked in my bio. It's in the show notes. It's on my website. It's everywhere. So if you at all are into wellness or health or biohacking, like you want to enter this, like you never know, right? Like some people win things all the time. An example of that is my mother, who will literally enter giveaways and contests and put like one entry in and she will win when you could put in like 20 or 50 or something like that. She has won all sorts of things in her life. It's so bizarre and I have no idea how she does it. Maybe she just enters a lot of things. So it's kind of like relative to how much she enters, but she wins a lot. And so with this giveaway, there's a bunch of different ways that you can do it. You can share it. You can follow all the accounts that are associated with it. You can subscribe to the podcast, other things like that. Or you can literally just enter once and wing it and see what happens. So please enter if you haven't already. And I will be drawing the winners on September 9th. And that is what's coming. I'm really excited about it. So please do that if you haven't done it. You could win. It's like over 4,400 USD worth of prizes, which is wild. I'm just excited about it. And if you haven't been following along my stories on Instagram, please do so. Today is all about skin health. This one is a very interesting episode. If you have been following me for a while, especially on TikTok, I kind of went through this like skin sobering, skin fasting journey from about like, I don't know, maybe May to August, maybe even longer than that. And essentially what I did was I cut out all of the skin products I was using. And when I say all of them, I literally mean all of them. Like I stopped using cleansers, serums, face oils, face creams, everything. Like absolutely everything. And I have a podcast episode on this and on why I did it. And it was very, very eye-opening. It was very eye-opening because I did a podcast episode on it featuring the authors who wrote the book Skin Sobering. And it really changed how I viewed skin. And then I listened to a podcast episode called Science versus Skincare, which was very interesting. And it basically debunked 99% of the skincare products out there. And so I was like, okay, what am I doing? Why am I buying these clean and green natural products, putting them on my face and expecting results when in reality, that's not going to happen? And it was very enlightening, like I said, and very confusing as well. So what I did was I went into my bathroom and I took a bag and I put in all of the products, like everything, and I got rid of everything. And I didn't throw it out. Like I still have the bag of stuff, but I just said like, okay, I'm going to start from zero. I'm going to start from scratch. This stuff isn't working for my skin, even though it's natural and EWG certified and like all of this stuff. And I was like, no, like this is not working. So I took a complete break and it was really interesting to see how my skin reacted. It was rough for a while. I'm not going to lie. It was dry, itchy, scratchy. It was like my pores were clogged, but my skin was also dry. And it was like, it was not great. I will tell you that. It was not great. But it was very eye-opening and it was worth it. And so now I'm in a place of like, okay, how do I get the benefits of using less products, but still have skin that looks good day to day type of thing? And how do I pick products that are science-based But the thing is now all of these skincare products are science-based. Everybody says that. Like, even if you go to Dove's website, it's like, these are our team of scientists who created these products. And like, we have all these lab results that prove why we should be taking this. And it's so confusing because then you think, oh, this is research backed. Oh, I can take this because it is going to make a difference. So my philosophy has changed. I now stand at the point where I will use skincare products again. However, I really only want to use things that are making a difference on a molecular level, a cellular level, and actually make a difference in my skin long term, compared to, let me use this cream and it's going to increase hydration on my face by 80% for the next 10 hours. I'm less about that and more about, how do I reduce the senescence cells and reduce the build up of these age-related cells long term in my skin. Like that type of thinking. And so it's been very eye-opening trying to kind of work my way through this. And honestly, it's a little confusing. It is really confusing. Even for someone like myself, like I still feel conflicted. So essentially what I'm doing right now is I only use one product, and I use the OneSkin facial supplement product. I'm still not using any cleansers. I'm not using any eye creams. I don't use face masks. I don't use toner. I don't use serums. I don't use anything like that. I'm still like very, very keeping it very, very simple because I don't think majority of that does anything. I don't think majority of it is great for you. And I also am like cleansing right now. As you know, I'm going through a preconception cleanse, so it doesn't make sense for me to bombard my body with extra chemicals, extra things that my body has to detoxify and metabolize, and the strain on my liver. Like it doesn't make sense to be using that type of thing. So I refuse. Like, I don't even know the last time I made a Sephora order, to be honest, because of this. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. My skin feels fabulous. It feels and looks a lot better than it did when I was skin sobering. Even after 3 months of skin sobering, my skin was still not great. Like it kind of got better, but it didn't really balance out how I wanted it to. So so that's kind of like where I'm at right now. So like I said, so I'm using the OneSkin face topical supplement. And we talk about that in this podcast episode. And I was really, really careful about how I was going to go about it. I was like, okay, I think that my skin needs something. I know that I personally have thinner skin as part of my genetics. I know that I am like, my skin that's just kind of like what I deal with. And I really want to be taking something that actually is proven and is in the biohacking space. I feel like if you are a skincare company in the biohacking space, that kind of gives you a little bit of a leg up compared to the average, skincare company, but still. And there are a couple other skincare companies in the biohacking space who I've used before who I did not like, and I reacted to actually poorly. I'm not going to name names. If you want to message me on Instagram, we can talk about that. And I wasted a lot of money buying their products, and I regret doing that. And that wasn't even that long ago. That was like winter last year, spring of this year. So anyway, now I'm using one product. I'm really happy about it. When I use on my body, I don't use anything. When I shave my legs, I will use is it castor oil soap? That doesn't make sense. Is it castor soap? Maybe that is what it's called. Let me see the soap that you get from Whole Foods. Yeah, castor oil soap. That is what it's called. That's interesting. Yeah, so I will use something like that with minimal ingredients, and I just like to keep it simple. So today we are going to get into OneSkin. We're going to talk about how the products work and why they matter. And we talk about senescent cells. And this is really interesting because I've kind of been digging into senescent cells and their relation to aging, because I did a biological age test and my result came back very high. And part of what they measure is like chronic inflammation and its relation to senescent cells. And it's interesting to actually look at how that is related on the skin and how we can actually support our skin in that way, and not just like healthy lifestyle and supplements and things like that to help reduce the senescent cells in the body, but also how we can take certain skincare products, put them on our skin and reduce it in that way as well. So that's kind of what we dive into in this episode. This one's filled with goodies. I really, really appreciated this discussion. It was very eye-opening for me. As someone, like I said, who's very conscious about the products I'm putting on my body right now, I really needed to do this interview to be able to make an informed decision of what's best for me. So that is what I recommend to everybody. If you enter the giveaway, you actually win one of these products. So you win one of the face topical supplement products, the cream, which is what I use. You win one of the body ones, which is like a larger version. It's great for hands and feet and dry skin over your body. And then you also win one of the eye topical supplements, which is their eye cream, which I have not tried yet. So you actually get to get more products than I have. I haven't tried these, and they're definitely worth digging into for sure. So enjoy this podcast episode. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok if you haven't already. And I will catch you tomorrow for another one. Welcome to Biohacking with Brittany. Thank you for tuning in for another episode this week. This is part of my giveaway. I am so excited to be running a really large and fun birthday giveaway for all of the health and wellness enthusiasts out there and the biohackers. And you can still enter right now. I really suggest you do so. This is such a great way to win, first of all, a bunch of different prizes. And secondly, just try a few different things that maybe you've always had your eye on, but you haven't necessarily bought yet. And so this is just a really, really good way to be exposed to new health and wellness companies and products out there. And today is none other than OneSkin. I am super excited about this episode. We are going to dive into skincare and skin aging and longevity and really how skin functions on a cellular level. So super excited about that. So thank you for listening and welcome to the show. So Alessandra, thank you for being here and welcome to the show.
Brittany, thank you for having me here at the show. I'm very happy to be part of this giveaway and celebrate your birthday.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys are being a part of it as well. Let's talk about OneSkin and let's talk about maybe how it first got developed as a concept, a few years ago in the beginning.
Yeah, sure. So OneSkin started back in 2016. It's a biotech company, biotech startup, focused on the longevity field. We were founded by myself and other 3 scientists. We all have PhDs, and we got together in the interest of understanding skin aging and how we can bring products to the market that really targets the root cause of aging. To not only promote a better looking skin, to improve the appearance of the skin, but actually to make your skin function as a younger skin so it's more protective, so it can protect your body better for longer as you are aging and help you age better if you have a stronger skin.
Yeah, I love that your approach is so long-term, right? Like, I think that's something that I struggle with a lot of these skincare companies that are out there right now. And maybe for the last 10, 20 years, it's just so much of like, put this oil on your skin and then it's going to be 10 times more hydrated. But the thing is it's hydrated because the oil is sitting on top of the skin. And then once that oil is gone, it no longer looks hydrated. So it's a very like superficial thing almost. And so I love your approach of actually thinking, okay, how does your skin look today? What is the health of it? And how do we get it to be healthier in the future?
Yes, absolutely. And you touched correctly. A lot of times, like skincare products, they are only like acting at the surface. They are making for temporarily your skin to appear younger. So like they can moisturize your skin and it will show a little bit more plumping, but the skin is not actually functioning as a younger skin. So we went deeper on like how we can really go from the inside out and make your skin act as a younger skin. So then your skin will produce a stronger skin barrier that will retain moisture. So it will like already, your skin will become more moisturized because the skin is functioning better.
Right. I really, really like that. Like I like that a lot. And I don't know if you listen to my podcast or if you've been following any of the stuff I've been talking about lately, but I've really been off of skincare for the last couple of months. And a lot of it is because I don't trust the brands out there. And I feel like I'm putting chemicals on my skin and then I'm stripping them off. And then I'm putting them on and I'm stripping them off. And you cleanse and moisturizer. And at the end of the day, I'm like, is this actually helping my skin? Do I look any better? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I look the same, so.
It's hard. And I hear you. Yeah. So when we started, this is very interesting because the way we started the company, we started by reproducing the skin aging process in the lab. This means we grow human skin in the lab and we understand what's driving the aging process on the skin, what's happening to this skin. So we are able to have skins in the lab that are very young, more mature, and very old skin. And what we see during this process is that with aging, there is an increase of inflammation on your skin. There is the increase of aging markers associated with the presence of senescent cells, that are cells that are damaged cells that secrete inflammation and start spoiling the healthy cells around, and they start deteriorating the function of the tissue. So on the skin, this leads to breakdown, collagen breakdown, lead the healthy cells to produce less collagen, the skin barrier to be more dysfunctional. So when we were understanding that, okay, there are key drivers of the aging process of the skin, and senescent cells is a major driver of this process, we started then to use those skin-aged models to test what the products that are in the market they are doing to your skin. So we start like testing the top sold product in the US, products that claim to have science, and what we were seeing are very natural products as well. And what we saw is that a lot of the products, they don't do anything to your skin, which I already consider positive. Other products, because of the amount of chemicals, they can actually harm your skin. So even like top seller products, I remember the first time I was trying one, like a prestige product that cost like around $400. I never had bought such an expensive skincare product. Arrived here in the lab and I was like, oh my God, I have this product. I can't wait to test in the skin and to start using it. And when the results came back, like the skin treated looked horrible. Like the skin barrier was completely deteriorated. And I was like, wow, I did something wrong in this experiment. Like I needed to repeat. And I repeated several times. And the result was always the same. So there are a lot of products and a lot of like chemicals in products that can harm your skin. And a lot of times, especially on a culture that sometimes you're layering too many products, you can be like adding too much chemicals to your skin that can, instead of being beneficial, it's actually harming your skin. And that's why when we decided, okay, we're seeing here products that does not work, products that can work, but when we look to the aging markers, they are not like changing like how the function of the skin, and products that does not do anything. And understanding the aging process of the skin, we started to look and screen for new molecules that would specifically target what's driving the deterioration of the skin during the aging process. That's the presence of senescent cells. And until we found this new molecule that we named OS1, that was then specifically designed to act from the inside out and to make your skin function as a younger and more a healthier skin.
Right. I really appreciate you explaining that, because I do think that is really important for people listening. And exactly what you said is why I stopped using skincare. Because in my head, I was like, this is adding chemicals or toxins to my body, or it's doing nothing. Right. So even like right now, before this, I did a workout, then I did a cold dip, and then I was like, oh, my skin feels dry. Okay, let me put like castor oil on it. So I'm like using a single ingredient like castor oil, which is really natural, and it's good because it's not toxic, right? It's not causing inflammation. It's not adding to my toxic burden. But again, it's like, I don't think this is actually doing anything other than making my skin feel and look a little more hydrated right now and maybe for the next like 6 hours.
Yeah, so this is exactly what's doing. Like, it's just like protecting your skin at that moment. So giving like an immediate moisture to your skin, but it's actually not doing anything to the long term. And especially like when you're getting older and your skin like naturally starts like to produce less collagen to start deteriorating, you need help to keep your skin like functioning at their best. So you need something that will help your skin to continue functioning at the better state. So the skin will be producing by itself more collagen. The skin will be producing a stronger skin barrier that will give you a more resilient skin, a more like overall, even like those aspects of a youth skin and strong skin. And why it's so important to keep your skin strong? It's because the skin, it's actually, as I'm saying, it's the barrier that protects our inner body from all these external agents, aggressors like pollution, UV radiation, bacteria, and pathogens. And so we are protecting our inside body through our skin. Our skin also like keeps the water, the moisture of our body. It regulates the body temperature. So if your skin is dysfunctional with aging, you are allowing more stress to get inside of your skin, which will produce more inflammation on your skin. And if we think with aging that our skin is our largest organ, if you have like dysfunctional in this organ and you increase the inflammation on your skin, because of the size of the skin, this builds up and can impact your overall state of health. Because the inflammation of your skin will be adding to inflammation on your whole body. So that's why it's so important to keep this skin barrier functioning, protecting your skin and the cells of your skin acting at the best.
Right. No, that makes a lot of sense. What do you think about the companies? I forget the name of one. Actually, I could just pull it up. I had someone email me a couple weeks ago about like an NAD skincare company. And I think it has like NAD. Let me actually just pull it up here. It has NAD right in the products. And I'm pretty sure, I just found it. Yeah. So it has NAD plus in the skincare. And I'm pretty sure they advertise like very similar of like, this is going to work on a cellular function and help with like aging and longevity of the skin. Do you know anything about NAD plus in terms of like how it can be applied to the skin?
So NAD, like it helps to boost the mitochondrial function of your skin. And it actually like at the cellular level, it can help the functionality of your cells to be performing and acting at their best. So I cannot talk about like how the NAD on that formulation, if it can truly penetrate your skin and act on the skin cells. But what NAD, if it's penetrating, what it will do is to boost the healthy cells of your skin. But it will not remove damaged cells that are already accumulated on your skin. So if you have already damage on your skin, this will not be eliminated by the use, or it will not be reduced by the use of a product that has NAD. And as I said, a lot of times formulas, they contain some actives that will not penetrate the skin. So because I never tested this one, I cannot speak for like how this work or not. Yeah.
That's super interesting because with like, and I'm sure you guys know, like longevity has become such a hot topic in the last couple of years in the wellness space. And now we're seeing it, like people are talking about skin longevity, and not from the standpoint of like anti-aging, which it's kind of always been, but now it's like very, I don't want to say sciencey, but people are kind of coming to skincare from that approach. So it's really helpful to talk to people like you, because sometimes I feel so confused on, is this actually science? Is this actually going to work? Like you say this works on a cellular function. You say this helps with mitochondria. Like I don't know. And I could only imagine the average consumer being like so lost in the product's space now and what they should and shouldn't be using.
Yeah, it's very like overwhelming, the amount of information that sometimes we get and the amount of new companies that launch products every year. So I do hear you that it's hard to choose what is right or wrong. So when a company says that like it has science behind, they should be able to show the science, right? So they have like real scientific publication? This was really tested, and this you can try to find on their website, because if they have, they will show, because not most of the companies on the skincare space, they don't have science. So they don't have how to show how their product works, or like how to prove or to do any kind of test to show that. That's a big differentiator of OneSkin. It's because we are not backed by science. We are science. We are a group of scientists. We have a lab space where we work every day. And we started really by, the goal of the company was not even to have a product in the market in the beginning, was to understand, to create that platform to test the products in the market and to validate the efficacy as a service to the other companies. And this evolved to find new molecules that we thought we would license, until we decided to, as because of what all that you said, to launch our own product. And we're able to show through data, real data on our blog posts, on our scientific publications, that we really tested and we understand what our product is doing and what our main active is doing. So like checking if that company has real science is one step, like looking to see if there is real data published in scientific journals. For like a lot, also like there are so many ingredients in the skincare. There are websites that you can look to the ingredients in a product and check, like EWG can rate the ingredients if they are like bad or good to your skin. There's also another platform called Skin Safe, where they test the products and they can ensure if like a product is causing sensitivity to a skin or not. So these are some platforms that you can use to help guiding your choice, and really like not just believing on this science-backed word, but really going deep to understand the company and their products to see if they have real science or not.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. I said this on a podcast recently, but I listened to this one podcast that was called Science versus Skincare. And it was basically debunking so much of the skincare industry, kind of like what we talked about today. And it explained how they get all those stats on the bottles. So if you buy something and it's like 99% of people said that they saw an improvement in their skin hydration or whatever, some sort of statistic, that's because they actually took that product, they had a test group, and they wore the product, let's say every day for 3 weeks. And then they sent a survey to that group And then the survey is like, oh yeah, my skin feels more hydrated while this product is on it. Sure. And then they take the stats from that, and that's what they use to market the company and the products, versus actually testing on a molecular level and a cellular level, being like, oh, this makes a difference in the hydration, in the cells, in the water retention. And when I heard that, I was just like, so, I don't know, angry, disappointed, because it's just marketing. It's all just marketing.
Yeah, a lot of that is it's marketing and consumer perception that sometimes, as you said, the surveys are sometimes inducing like that answer, and they just like put that answer on a way that it shows like it has a real results, measurable results. So besides like doing all the research in the lab, and what a lot of companies, they do not do because it's very expensive as well. Like we have the lab where we test in human skin in the lab, the whole process of the formulation of any product that we launch. So the formula is tweaked several times until to guarantee that the combination of ingredients that we're adding to that formula, it's only bringing beneficial effects to the skin and not side effects. So every time we interact with the formula, we test on this human skin in the lab. We go to the cellular and to the molecular level to understand what's happening on the skin. And we also, afterwards, when we have the final formula, we run clinical studies with third-party CROs where we not only measure like the visual perception through like a dermatologist on how the skin is looking and appearing, but there are also instruments that can measure the improvement on the hydration, on the firmness of the skin. And this kind of instrumental data that comes from clinical studies, they also, like the majority of the companies, they do not have that. They have more consumer perception studies that, as you said, is just a survey with like a group of people that test the product. But we actually, like at OneSkin, we want to deeply go to quantitative data and to understand the real improvement that our product can bring versus just getting the perception of the consumer at the end. That's also important, but it's not everything.
Yeah. No, I really like what you said, and I think it's so true. And I have been on like a skin fasting, skin sobering journey since like May, maybe. Yeah, I think it's actually been quite a while now. But like I said, like I used castor oil today. And it's because, like I've just said, like I've just been so lost on what I should be doing with my skin. I've been feeling very overwhelmed. And when I kind of discovered this idea of skin sobering, which is using nothing, right? So no washing, no oil, no moisturizer, nothing. I was like, oh, this actually sounds like a great idea. Like I just want a break. And also like I'm doing a cleanse and a detox before we start trying for a kid as well. So it's really great as well to just minimize the amount of products that I'm using right now. But now, like, especially talking to you, I'm like, okay, like maybe I do bring something back, and maybe it is OneSkin, and that is the product that I use, and for the reason of like, this is going to help my skin long term. And yeah, like it works on a cellular level. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And it's interesting because we have so many customers, some of them like that used to have a routine with 6-7 steps, and they just report like, okay, I tried, some of them just do like a fasting regimen where they say, okay, I just want to try OneSkin by itself and see how it works. And then they reply to us and they review us and say, okay, I couldn't go back to my old routine. OneSkin is already making my skin look better than when I was using 7 products. And others just like implement it in their routine and start like removing other products because they don't feel the need of having so many products on their skin. We design our products with that in mind, to be like what actually your skin needs, instead of just like building products to be layering and just adding more chemicals to your skin. So we love to, when we have those kind of reviews that shows like, okay, I don't need 6 products, but one product, OneSkin is really helping me for the long term. And just complementing, because we talk a lot with this biohacker community, and I love biohackers because they always want to self-experiment, right? So they're not the customer that will just use and just continue using. They want to track a little bit. They want to make an experiment. So they stop everything. They start using OneSkin. They take pictures before, after. Some of biohackers even go to take professional images using special equipment to measure the amount of wrinkles, signs of aging on their skin. And we had already several biohackers that did this by their own without any partnership with OneSkin. And they come to us with their result after using OneSkin for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. And we love to see the data showing up on self-experiment because we have done this internally in-house before.
Nice. I love that. I think that's really encouraging. I'm out of your products, so I'm going to have to get some after this, and we can kind of talk about that and whatnot. If people are say they do that, right? Say they cut out all their products and they use OneSkin, they've completely simplified their routine. How long until somebody might actually notice a difference in how their skin looks?
Yeah, so this varies a little bit. Our clinical studies we ran through 12 weeks. We always say there is no quick solution. It takes time and consistency, but some people start seeing great results after 1 week of use. So you usually start noticing your skin more hydrated. And with time, the skin starts to plump, to have a glowing back. It gets more stronger. You can touch and feel your skin firmer. And this is usually you see from our clinical data changes after 6 to 12 weeks. But there are customers that even before that, they already start seeing changes. But we say it's the consistently use, especially depending on how your skin is at the moment that you start. One thing is when you're very young and your skin is already super healthy versus someone that's already a little bit older and had accumulated more damage on their skin. So sometimes who has more damage will start seeing benefits faster because their skin is just needing so much of a change, while others will take a little bit longer. But we do have a high rate of satisfaction. On our website, there is almost 4,000 reviews on our products. And I say that our customers speak better than ourselves about the benefits of the product because you can see so many different testimonials. And I love the ones that really talks about the skin getting stronger. So people that have sensitive skin that irritates a lot and have a lot of redness. This was actually my case. My skin used to be very sensitive. And then they just start experiencing this stronger skin barrier in your skin, actually being more protecting your body and stronger and glowing and not being irritated so easy as it was before.
Yeah. Yeah. I have pretty sensitive skin as well. So I'm always very picky with skincare when I am using it. So it has to be as clean and natural as possible. And even saying that, I've used products and my skin has reacted and I've had to send them back and been look, my skin was dry. It was irritated. It was bumpy the next morning. And
and this is a good point as well. For instance, in our case, we developed this ingredient, the OS1 peptide, that has and we did all the studies with this molecule. That molecule does not cause any sensitization. It acts really on the root causes of aging. But when we bring this to the market, we develop a formula, and the formula has other actives as well besides the OS1 peptide. So sometimes the formula also has other types of oils that comes from the Amazon forest and has hyaluronic acid. And sometimes there are people that can have some sensitization to some of the ingredients in the formula. It's a very, very low, the number of users of OneSkin that has already mentioned something like that. But if you are allergic to one of the ingredients, you can react to the formula, which there's nothing to do with our main active. And then you can have some kind of sensitization. But usually the formulas that we develop, because we go through so many extensive research on it, it's pretty safe to sensitive skin and actually helps to overcome the problems of having sensitive skin.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Are your products, I know you mentioned it, but are they on EWG in terms of rating them for how clean they might be?
Yeah, they are rated on EWG and also on SkinSafe. That's another platform that takes into account all the ingredients, the percentage of the ingredients. They run with scent products. They run the internal test as well before giving their stamp. So I really recommend to look to SkinSafe as well.
Okay.
It's a very trusty platform.
Yeah, because I want to look at that. I think it's useful. I'm just going to try to find it, and I'll put it in the show notes once I find it on SkinSafe. I'm just going to write that down because I really do value looking at those companies as kind of a third party when assessing what is clean and what isn't clean. So that's awesome that you're on there and you're able to really, just get someone else to take a look at your products.
Yes, we love when because there are some companies, some apps sometimes that rate skincare products without really testing them, without understanding what's the product. So we appreciate companies that go beyond just looking to the ingredient list, but actually running some tests by themselves and then reporting the safety of the product.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's just so important. I see that I'm on your website and I know you have a few different products here. So you have your main one, which is your topical supplement, which I've used before and love. Like I said, I don't have any right now, but I do really like it. And I had no reaction at all when I did use it. It was phenomenal. And then you also have your body product, which I've also used. And then you came out with your eye cream, which I haven't tried, but I'm curious because whenever I've tried eye creams, I think it's called Milia maybe. I don't know what it's called, but essentially I always get little bumps underneath my eyes when I use eye cream.
Yeah, you have a very sensitive skin that you should try our eye product because it's also very, very safe. So when we develop our face product, we develop to be safe to use on the skin around the eye area. So we wanted really a minimalist routine. But as we were understanding the skin aging, the skin around the eye, it ages faster than the rest of the skin on your face. So when you measure the biological age of the skin under your eye, it can be up to 20 years older than the rest of the skin on your face. So the skin around the eye thinner, accumulates more damage, and that's why starts having visual signs of aging faster than the rest of your skin. And then having this in mind, we partnered with a dermatologist and we did all the tests on eyelid and under eye skin. So we received samples of the skin specifically around the eye, and then we developed a formula that would be gentle enough, safe enough, and deliver the best concentration of our peptide to this very delicate skin in order to promote rejuvenation of the skin around the eye. So it was a very thoughtful process to develop that formula. And the results that we are receiving from customers using the clinical study that we did with over 30%, this is measurement improvement on the firmness of the skin. It's not we have 90 plus percent of people, they look at they feel the skin around the eyes is better, but we went deeper than that. We measured and we know how much it's improving the firmness on that skin. So it has the higher concentration of the peptide. It's a very gentle formula and was really designed with using and testing skins from the eye area.
Nice.
So yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
one of our favorites now.
Yeah. I definitely want to try that because, like I said, like I react to majority of like eye creams.
I want to know how your skin will react to our product. Yeah.
And I definitely have like thinner skin, like so does my mom. And like, it's just part of it is obviously genetic. And I hope that through the healthy lifestyle that I lead, I'm kind of combating some of that. But I already know that I have thinner skin. And so I'm curious to see how it kind of helps with that. I know you also have your body product, which I used, I think like last winter or something, I used it. How does this kind of help with the skin on the body? And like, does it help with reactions at all? Like if someone has like eczema, could you use that and would it help? Do you have any research or anything like that on eczema?
Yeah, the product was developed like to also strengthen the skin barrier of your whole body. Because especially when you're aging, like it's very important to protect the skin on your body, on your whole body, to protect your inner body. And what we have seen, we have a lot of testimonials as well. It's because you get a stronger skin barrier, it will not like flake that much. It will not irritate and can actually like help in a lot of eczema patches that we have customers that says that improved a lot the redness and eczema, and especially in more older skin that is even like thinner than yours is right now. And sometimes it start getting that crepiness, that crepey aspect. We see that there is a lot of improvement. I love when I read reviews where people say that, oh, now I feel confident again to wear like short sleeves or skirts, because before like the skin in my arm was super crepey, on my legs as well. And so it improves a lot, getting this better, again, the skin barrier stronger, helping your skin to produce more collagen and combating the inflammation, reducing the accumulation of inflammation on the skin. So it can also help a lot on eczema as well.
Yeah, I like that. That's a really smart idea. Yeah, because eczema, like I've had a flare up of it before and it sucks. Like it's itchy, it's dry, and yeah, like there's certain things that are obviously triggering for it. And then there's some people who have eczema their whole lives, right? Like babies, and they're just kind of born with it. And that's really tough because you don't want to be using like hydrocortisone cream your entire life.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so are your products like pregnancy safe? I have a lot of female listeners who are kind of in that stage of life.
Yeah, there's nothing on our product that could not be pregnant safe, but we never ran a specific test around that. But there is no ingredient that it's supposed to be pregnancy safe. Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And lastly, do you have any new products that you're coming out with maybe this year, next year, or where's your direction going, I guess, for OneSkin now?
Yeah. So to complement this skincare routine, we are launching this year what's missing on a basic step of routine to treat your skin. It's a sunscreen. So we're bringing it's coming up in September, our mineral sunscreen that will also contain the OS1 peptide. What sunscreen is very important, especially like when we are outdoors. UV, it's really one of the key drivers of skin aging. So protecting your skin from the harm of UV, it really helps on the aging process of the skin. So we are very excited to be bringing, it will be mineral sunscreen, and it's coming soon to the market.
I love that. Yeah, because I don't wear a lot of sunscreen on my body because I'm in Canada and it's hard to get sunshine and vitamin D here. So when I do get it, I'm like, okay, I really want to enjoy it, but I do cover my face. So I wear hat, sunglasses, and I will put sunscreen on my face for those reasons. So that is such a good idea. I'm so glad you guys are doing that. That's like brilliant. Much needed, much needed. Well, this has been amazing. If people want to try your products and connect with you, where can they do that?
So our products, we sell it through our website, oneskin.co. We ship to the US and Canada. And you can connect with us also through our Instagram. OneSkin.co is also the tag for our Instagram. And subscribe to our newsletter because we share a lot of good content on how to improve your skin health, overall health, longevity. We don't talk only about skin. We love to share, to bring data from the world of science, what's coming up on the science, and bring this to our consumers as well. So we share a lot of information on our newsletter, so you can connect us there as well.
Yes, I love that. I will definitely put all of that in the show notes and on my website. I think my discount code is still working, which is Biohacking Brittany in all capitals for OneSkin. So definitely try use that if you place an order, which I really suggest you do so. And thank you so much, Alessandra, for coming on the episode and on the show today. This was awesome, and I loved getting to talk to you again.
I love it too. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you to everyone that's listening.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Biohacking with Brittany. If you're interested in finding the show notes or the sponsors for this episode, you can do so on my website, which is biohackingbrittany.com. Remember to follow me on Instagram, where I'm most active. My handle is @biohackingbrittany. And if you're interested in working together and you want to email me directly, you can do that. My email is info@biohackingbrittany.com. And I look forward to hearing from you and having you tune in next week.